Hi everyone, my name is Piterpakulski. Today we continue building financial model of a street food spots. So we have a chain of street food spots, and during the last videos we were specifying the types of street food spots. We can switch them on and off from calculations for in future scenario analysis to see the performance of our business idea with or without this or that street food spot type. Then we started describing average checks, then we added coefficients for scenario play, then we described direct expenses for each street food spot. Then we added also coefficients for direct expenses. Then we added life cycles for each type of street food spot, so we will also be able to play with this parameter further when we see the cash flow statement, when we see simple discounted payback period. Then we started describing the typical week of each type of street food spot. So for example, some of them will be located near offices, and we will have decrease in revenues during the weekend, like here for example. So we are just creating the portrait of each type of street food spot to calculate the revenues more accurately. Then we also add coefficients to the amount of checks. Then we have the final values for amount of checks for each type of street food spot by the day of the typical week. And then I just pasted the typical year consisting of 365 days, and here we can see the amount of Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays and so on in each month. And now we will look at each street food spot and consolidate the amount of checks. So amount of checks, so I will be just creating the new block, the new set of tables, amount of checks monthly per type. So this will be the typical year from January to December. I will call it typical year. Here I will place the first street food spot type. So we will be creating these tables, this group of tables for each type. So here on the left I will put the days of the week. Here I will place totals. Then I will create totals for this group of lines. And now I need to paste the data here, but first of all I will need to transpose the data. I will insert lines here, a couple of lines. And here from left to right I will paste types of spots. Here from top to the bottom I will place the days of the typical week. I will call this day of the week, day of the week. I will call this table data transpose, data transpose. So it is one of the most important questions to consolidate the right amount of checks, and we are currently at the middle of this exercise. So in order to get the right revenues, expenses, first of all we need to calculate the right amount of checks with seasonality inside the typical week, inside the typical year, seasonality, and some specific features concerning different types of spots, where they are located. So that's why we are focused on amount of checks. We are so focused on the amount of checks. So now we need to organize this data a little bit another way. So I'm just writing the formula transpose. I will use this area. So now we can see that for street food spot number 2, Saturday, Sunday, 0. Then for street food spot number 4, Saturday, Sunday, 0, 0. And now we can delete these lines, and now we can finally calculate the amount of checks inside the typical year. So first of all we are taking street food spot type 1. We are blocking column, then multiply it on the amount of days in each month. We are using this for the we are variabling the amount of days. So here we have six types of spots, 6 portraits. So now we are creating 6 tables. 1, 2. Let me just paste the data this way. Two. taken the data from here. Then 5. And final 6. So this is, let me extend 1, then 2, 3, then 4, 5, and 6. So here we can see the amount of checks according to amount of Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays in each month inside the typical year. So now we can consolidate checks, consolidation, check consolidation. So here I will paste street food types, then here I will paste the typical year, and here I will put the data from the totals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So here we will be able to see the consolidated amount of checks for each portrait of the street food spot type. So that was today's exercise of today's video. If you find this information valuable, you can give us a like, subscribe. You can share this video with your friends. During the next videos we'll be moving forward to the revenues. So give us a like, please subscribe. You can also order financial models from scratch for your unique business ideas. We can help you with that. So see you guys in next videos. Thank you and bye.